Hey there, Libra. How you doing? Welcome to your September 2024 Kabbalistic Tarot card reading. Let's get started. I invoke the Iao, the Dal Sen Haru, the great angel sent over the operation of the secret wisdom to lay his invisible hands upon these consecrated cards of art, that thereby we may obtain knowledge of hidden things to the glory of thy ineffable name. Amen. Alright, Libra. Thanks for being here today. You're all having a good summer, good Leo season. I believe we just entered into the Seven of Wands season, as it were. Very exciting. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, all the information to do so should be in the description box below. I also have a Facebook page. Search Spirit Wars Tarot. It shouldn't be too hard to find. We will be using Thoth Tarot, and this will be a Tree of Life Spirit. Using a lot of Kabbalah. Yeah. See what the universe has in store for you for September 2024. So let's see. Spirit. What should Libra be made aware of? What should they look out for? What they need to know? How can we best help them out in the month of September 2024? Please and thank you kindly. All right. Cut the deck, and then I will build the tree, and we'll get started. Hangman at the bottom of the deck. Here we go. Mwah. In pure consciousness, Libra, you have the Nine of Discs. All right. In wisdom, observer, you have the Queen of Discs. In understanding, observed, you have interference, 8 swords. In love, you have the 8 of discs or coins or whatever. I like discs because I like discs. Okay. In the activity of your experience or power, you have the Princess of Cups. In your personal localized consciousness or truth or Tippereth or however, you have the Ten of Swords, Lord of Ruin. Okay. In your will and the what, your victory, you have the Ten of Cups. Whoa. 2 tenors, all right. In your how in the way, your splendor, Queen of Swords. All right. Foundation, automation. Ruled by the moon, you have lust, Leo energy. And what you manifest, what you embody for September is represented by the Princess of Wands. All right. Thank you, Spirit. And thank you, Libra, for being here. Cheers. All right. Kind of hurt because I have blisters on my hands. Wow. But this is a very interesting looking tree, as it were, so let's get right into it. The top of your tree, in your pure awareness, pure consciousness, the all gain, Lord of material gain. So 9, anything changed is what a disc is. This represents patience, success, independence, a major accomplishment, possibly an inheritance that you're becoming made aware of. But it's 9, and that's the biggest number in numerology, at least. So yeah, let's say you are doing very well for yourself financially, and since you are doing so well for yourself financially, not since, but it's not on your mind, but it's in your awareness, which is in the world of emanation, and it's where all this other stuff is coming from. Complete and full realization of material gain. Sounds sweet, don't it? Also, there's discernment, discipline, appreciation, taming nature, Basically, the card just says, I'm good. I am an addict, marijuana addict, and my dealer, he used to say to me, we'd be talking, and he'd just be like, so, like, are you good? And basically what he was saying was, like, do you have enough weed? Are you okay? It's like, it wasn't really code, it was just kind of how we spoke to each other, how he spoke to me. And I say, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm okay. I have everything I need. And now I'm good without any of that, so. But that's just an example of this kind of energy. You are good, you have everything you need. Materially speaking. Okay. In wisdom, expansive force, hot expansive force in the world of emanation, you have the Queen of Discs, watery part of Earth. She is, or he is, grounding, timid, nurturing, fruitful, ambitious, a very quiet kind of person, but also very loving and caring. Kind of person that says, come out of the rain, store, come out of the rain, come in here, you know, get comfortable, I'll make you a sandwich, something like that. Just water of Earth, so she kind of feeds everything that's around her, right? She's got the garden and the water here, it's white, but it's water, and it's feeding everything, and she's very chill. She's a little sad sometimes, a little melancholy, but she's okay, she's good people. Now, her being in wisdom, her being in your wisdom, coming from a word of material gain, Libra, seeing as you see the nature of reality to be, yes, I am reading, harmonious and complementary. Your wisdom is telling you to help people. I don't know who. Doesn't have to be people either, but you want to feed something here, I see, with your discs, with your money, with your things that you change. And that's very noble of you, and it's very sweet. So I definitely see you as being this Queen of Discs. Perhaps you know a Queen of Discs that has inspired you, or has made you who you are, or maybe not. Maybe it's just you're coming up as that kind of energy, that kind of a person. Traditionally, she is a Capricorn. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing here intuitively. You want to expand out, you want to share the wealth, so to speak, in a good way. Bring serenity and balance to others. I like it, all right. Cool, consolidated form in the world of emanation. Things you need to understand. Brought to you by Saturn. Jupiter and Gemini, Eight of Swords, Lord of Interference. Now this is a mofo of a card, kind of. It is overanalyzing, overthinking, not paying attention to important matters, mental imprisonment, silence, self-sacrifice. Oh, self-sacrifice, that's, yep, that coincides. I just said coincides. I never said that before. I feel smart. Okay. This also can have to do with applying too much force to a small object, or paying too much, giving too much attention to something at the expense of something else. That's, I don't want to say more important, but is more big picture kind of thinking. This card can't see the big picture. This card is distracted. This card is trying to people please. All right? And this card is trying to throw everything it can to try to achieve something. That's why you have all these swords here. Right? All these thoughts. Jupiter gives you what you want. Gemini, that was funny. Multiplication of thoughts, or just multiplicity. and trivial things get in the way of your main goals. So with this gain in your pure awareness, you trying to come to an understanding about it are feeling very confused. You are very confused, but you might be feeling a little confused, like, okay, I have this gain, possibly inheritance. I want to use it to nurture other people and help other people. But where do I start? Where do I begin? I'm not known to be a great decision maker. So when that comes up, and then Saturn comes in and says, look at the time, come on, get with it, we have endings, we have other things to do. I'm Saturn, I'm the bad cop, you gotta listen to me. You're like, oh, okay, let me think. And then they just keep going on and on and on and on and on, and you neglect other things that are important. It's the nature of the card. So that's what you don't need to come to understand, but that's what's in your understanding. That's what's being observed in the month of September. Which is funny because it's hard to see because it's interference. Alright? Alright. Let's leave the world of emanation. Let's enter into the world of creation. In the world of love. Hot expansive force in the world of creation. Also known as the subjective experience, blah, blah, blah. 8 of discs, Sun in Virgo. This is a sweet card. This is intelligence applied to nature. This is skill. This is craftsmanship. This is allowing something to grow without interference. This is repetition, hard work, building a long-lasting relationship, putting in the hours, making something beautiful, taking a seed and letting it grow. Eights are Had, and Had, or splendor, is form, taking a step back in the world of formation and kind of looking at something and being like, oh, okay, sweet, nice. However, that is not in the current Kabbalah that I'm studying, and that's not very important. What I'm trying to say is about this card is you are planning something, you're building something, you're working on something, and you're allowing it to blossom. Could be a relationship, could be a passion project, could be anything. The garden doesn't care what you plant. Whatever you plant, it will grow. Regardless of whatever it is, it will grow. So this is something to be grateful for. This is your love. This is how it's shown up in September as a beautiful growing tree of discs. It sounded like I was doing a bad Italian impersonation. A tree of discs. Yeah, it's an 8 of discs, but it's a tree made of discs. And it's taking matters in your own hand and all those other things I said. Okay, so that's what you're doing over there. Now, full consolidated form in the world of creation. Your power, brought to you by Mars, Princess of Cups. Now, she is innocent, aware, a genius, imaginative, creative, luxurious, curious, dreamy, voluptuous, right? See her here, she's just kind of going with the flow. She's Malkuth and emotion. So Malkuth is where things are materialized, and that's where she's born, or that's where they put her, or that's where I put her, or whatever. So she's kind of acting on emotion. She's a little bit childish, some would say, but not in a bad way, right? It's for better or worse. I find very curious her being under Mars, because Mars is all stress, drive, conflict, adrenaline, frustration, all this stuff that keeps us alive, keeps us going. And what's keeping you going is just this kind of airy, flighty feeling, just kind of innocent. I don't see her making many decisions. I do see her caring for other people but not in quite as an effective way as the Queen of Discs, who is in your world of wisdom and emanation. So when you try to, I want to say you're not so effective, or your efficacy is not so great here, but it is watered down a bit. I see it could be more focused, right? This is the opposite of focused. And she is not the opposite of focus, but her under Mars, her in your power, that's okay, that's great. And I'm not critiquing you or anything, this is to add value to you. So you're giving love, you're giving it to people, it's coming from the heart, it's coming from the body. It's very innocent and it's very sweet. It's adorable. I love it. Quick thing, your exaltation is Saturn, meaning you are exalted in here. You are welcome here. Which means you will probably keep going to this place. This interference. I see you, just let me think, let me go back to Saturn, I'll be right back. And while you're there, make a stop at Mars and just kind of zone out a little bit. And that's fine. You're figuring stuff out, we're figuring stuff out, that's why we're here, it's a beautiful thing. Cheers. Alright. Now, we expand just a little bit into the mild pillar. In your truth, your personal localized consciousness, ruled by the Sun in Gemini, Ten of Swords, Lord of Ruin. Alright, just get to it. This is not a great card. And that tells me that you are not in a great place in the month of September 2024. Things are ending. It's painful. There's tears. You don't want them to end. You think if you just keep thinking about them that they won't end. You're trying to fight against the endings. Could be a relationship, a job, whatever. But this is pain, this is loss. This is rock bottom. But there's hope. There's always hope. There's always hope. Okay. Kind of whole structure here, the design says that, ow, right? The heart right there, just, okay. So with all your gain and all your prudence and all your interference, you still feel like something is over, and that's probably because it's over. And since it's over, a part of you is over, an ego death. And that's okay. It's not fun, but it's okay. Like I said, it could be a job, could be a relationship, it could be anything, ages and time and space, etc. But something is over. I don't see it being brought about by any of these things, per se, although each Sephiroth emanate comes from the one before it, sort of. Although I can kind of see how it could come from the Princess of Cups being in Mars, because Princess of Cups is just chilling and just emotional and just like, I want to do this and please, and then you come into the Sun, which is true will and developments of ego and all this stuff, and it's just like, I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing that can be done. It's over. It's an ending. It's okay. It's okay. You're adaptable. You'll find balance. But just know that if it feels like something is over in the month of September 2024, it's because it is. Alright. Let's move into the world of formation, right? Where the cake is starting to take form. Your will in the what? ambitions and desires, your victory is this. The Ten of Cups, Lord of Satiety. This is procreation, starting a family, lasting happiness, overflowing love, simplicity, a great collaboration. It's Mars and Pisces. As I said, nines are the biggest number in numerology, but also just kind of the biggest number. Everything else is a combination of numbers, blah blah blah. Get to the point. Tens are too much. It's an overflow of emotion, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? This is you going after the tough stuff, emotionally speaking, right? Like family, like love, and creating a family and taking care of that family and all this stuff, creating your own stuff. And this is your victory, and you're going for it. You're going for it. This is, but it might not be coming from the best of places. It could be coming from an ending and you wanting to replace that ending, knowing that you have the means to do it, and the patience, and these emotions that want to be expressed somehow, right? The princess. You may be feeling like if you don't start a family now, you might not ever in the future. It doesn't have to necessarily be starting a family. You could be starting anything, a family business, anything, edges in time and space, etc. But it's an overindulgence of emotion. And that's okay, for better or worse. It's an overindulgence of emotion, but you are going for it. You are willing it into existence. This is your victory, baby, okay? Resplendent intelligence. If you know what that means, look it up. You're going after the things that everybody wants. And that's cool. Alright, now, cool consolidated form in the world of formation. Your splendor, your how in the way, Queen of Swords. Okay, she is assertive, seemingly cold, direct, sly. She's not afraid, she's not showy. But she's also very insightful, intensely perceptive, independent, well-intentioned, but also unreliable. When she's familiar with pain, she's known as the widow for some reason. There's a story behind it, but I didn't find it too fascinating enough to remember it, obviously. Okay, see here, she's sitting here on her throne, and she cut off the head of some dude, and she's over it. She's over it, and she's cool. She's water of air. Her being in your vision of, in your world of splendor, I see you getting over the ruin of the Ten of Swords, right? You getting over it, you accepting it, is what I should say, and you moving on to something else, to something that you want, something that is possible for you to have. You're creating it. But there's still a sadness about it, there's still a little melancholy. And you know this. You know this. And that's okay with you. You can still find the balance, alright, between these. I'm going for everything I want emotionally, more than everything I want emotionally, because I'm here, I'm living, I'm not going to waste any more time worrying about this Ten of Swords. And what's communicated to you is, okay, great. It's not going to make the Ten of Swords any different, but still, that's okay. This is good. This is relationships, this is harmony, this is balance. So if this brings you balance, beautiful. Truly. Okay. You move on to your foundation, your automation. Quick note, your rulership is Venus. You know, your rulership is where the universe is just bringing you. It's like what controls you, your sign at least. So this is where you're headed. All this is bringing you, astrologically speaking, to this Mars in Pisces, this 10 of Cups. And that makes sense. That makes sense to me. And it makes sense to you, too, on a lot of levels. On enough levels to bring it into experience, and how do you go towards it? Okay. Now, in your foundation, your automation, you have lust, Leo energy, intelligence of the house of spiritual activities, or somewhat. This is a bit of a dirty card, as you can see. They don't allow it in prisons and such. Yeah, okay. Lust is strength in other decks. It's kind of the same deal here. Crowley says it's love of strength exercised, but it's also inner strength. It's sexual urges and taking them and controlling the creativity, overcoming passion, having self-confidence, integrating your sexuality, dealing with intense attraction, having the ability to do nothing, having stillness and patience and fortitude and virtue and kindness and compassion and all these things. It's kind of a lust for life, if you will. And that is in your moon. Your moon is your flexibility, your moodiness, your imagination, your fantasies, all this stuff. And it's telling you to go, to use your strength, all this stuff that's inside of you, to manifest. Probably to go towards this, to move towards your rulership. Because you want this on some levels. And the moon is telling you really want, I'm going to give you the strength to do this. You have the strength to get here. Just stay focused and you can get here and deal with it just fine. Even though this may not be everything you wanted. That's the other thing about this card. This card also can represent getting everything you wanted, then realizing it wasn't everything you wanted. It also speaks of getting back into the game and success being imminent, and that good things don't last forever. So whatever it is that you want, forget it. At least that's what the moon is telling you. That's what your automation is telling you. That is where you are headed, so to speak. Okay, let's move into the material world. Your manifestation, your embodiment, Earth of Air, Princess of Wands. Okay, she is, again, a bit of a dirty card, as you can see, but that's not what's important. What is important is she is very determined. She's another princess, so she's in Malkuth, and she is Earth of Fire. So anything that she feels like she needs to do, she does, and she doesn't give it a second thought. And because of that, she's very forceful. She's a force to be reckoned with. She has a tiger in her hair, and she doesn't care. She just keeps going, right? She creates her own beauty with her energy and her vigor. The force of her implies beauty upon whoever is beholding her, the eye of the beholder, whatever. Sorry, but she does, right? She's very, very powerful. She's a little ruthless. She's a little faithless. She's a little superficial, a little unreliable, possibly violent, but we're not sure. She's a little impatient, but she's brave. She's a good girl. She's passionate, right? She's excited. So, in your body, she's right where she should be, by the way, or it's on top. She's right where she is, where she's the strongest. So I see you going after what you want, and through reintegration here, right? We have the top of the tree, pure consciousness, bottom of the tree, embodiment. The all coming into manifestation. You taking this material gain and going after what you want. is this, which is your rulership. This is where you're headed. Alright? Packing your bags, or not literally packing your bags, but you're taking your gain, and the princess here, you're moving, and you're going right into satiety, whatever that is for you. I feel like it's a family. Maybe you have something set up. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. Could be anything. Anything that makes you feel a certain way. That's what the Ten of Cups feels. Okay. You are headed there. And that's great. Let me go over the tree one more time so we get a little bit more of a clear picture here. Okay. So, in your pure consciousness, your pure awareness, you have the Nine of Discs, Lord of Material Gain, complete realization of material gain. You have everything you need, financially speaking. That is nice. Very good for you. I love it. Okay. In your wisdom, you have this Queen of Discs. Very quiet, very timid, wanting to help out other people. And that's what your wisdom is telling you to do. To feed something, more or less. And in your understanding here, there's some interference. There's Saturn. There's time. There's uncertainty. And then that leads to neglect of other matters. Now, in the world of creation, in your world of love, you're planting seeds, you're building something, putting a lot of work into it, and a lot of care into it. And be very careful with it. In your world of power, you have a lot of emotions on the inside going on, and you're not sure what to do with them. And your strength comes from vulnerability. Maybe that's why she's your power. You're feeling very vulnerable in the month of September. I wouldn't say it so far as that you're dependent on anyone, really, but to a certain extent you are, because we all are. We're all social creatures. Then in your pure consciousness, you have the Sun in Gemini, Ten of Swords, some kind of ending, some kind of reason run amok. You can't make sense of it, but it's over. And you'll come to accept that sooner or later, for better or worse. In your victory, in your rulership, Ten of Cups, Mars and Pisces, you're gonna go for it. I'm gonna give it everything you have. Everything you have. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Your splendor. You're a little bit over it. You're a little bit tired. You're a little bit like whatever. Okay, it's fine. I'm still bummed out about that Ten of Swords, but yeah, let's go get the Ten of Cups. It's great. It's cool. So Queen of Swords sees it for what it is. And your automation. Yeah, your foundation, all this is built upon. What do you want? What do you want? That's what all this is built on, is, I don't want to say desire, but yeah, kind of desire, yeah. It makes sense with gain in your pure awareness, right? As soon as you come into a lot of stuff, all the stuff you need, you're going to start to want things. Okay. And what you manifest is the Princess of Wands, and she's off to go get it. And so are you, Libra. And I see you doing it in a very balanced way. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be pains and gains. You're going to be okay. And I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thanks so much for being here. Like the video if you like the video. Please subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And I will see you in the next one. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.